Hello, everyone, and welcome to ANB Technologies webinar. Today's topic is really exciting. We're going to talk about AI-powered Jira Service Management. So before we get started, let's do some housekeeping. So all lines are muted, except obviously the presenters. If you have any questions, please put it in the Q&A. And then obviously we are recording this webinar. We'll be sharing this recording with all of you, whoever is joining, so that you can refer it later on and also share with your other colleagues, team members, etc. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So our topic today is how can you transform your service management with Jira Service Management, especially AI functionality. And when we say service management, it's not just for IT service management. It could apply to any type of service management functions. It could be IT, it could be HR service management, it could be customer service management, whatever service management you guys are managing or operating, the presentation that we're gonna show applies to all of them, okay? So let's start with introductions. So I'm Harjinder from ANB Technologies. We are Atlassian's Gold Solution Partner and ITSM Specialist Partner. With us, we also have Gokul.
Hi everyone, Gokul here. I'm a Senior Atlassian Architect with ANB Technologies.
Thank you, Gokul. Now, real quick on the agenda. So obviously you're going to see the AI functionality in Jira Service Management. But before that, what we want to chat about is what's a traditional or legacy service management solution typically looks like, and what are typical challenges that you see with those type of service management solutions. And then we'll showcase how you can improve that service management using Gen AI or AI capabilities with the Jira Service Management. And then we'll talk about, how ANB can help with the implementation and services that we provide in that area. And then obviously we'll take any Q&A post that. All right, so the introductions are done. All right, so based on whatever service management functions you may be managing, whether ITSM, HRSM, or customer service management, typically what are the common themes, common challenges, right? We are always short of resources, right? That's given. No one is saying, oh, we have too many resources and they got nothing to do. It's always service desk, especially agents, are overwhelmed. There's high volume of tickets. They are burned out because they are spending time on repetitive and small things, whereas they should be working on creative and solving major issues, right? So that's a very common theme across no matter what service management functions that you typically see. And this data is, as you could see, the source of this is from multiple, surveys and reports by Forrester, IT Care, and all that. As part of these analysis, we also found that more than 50% of IT leaders, they actually struggle to meet their SLAs, whether for response time, whether to resolution time. And that's because, again, we are spending too much time on basic stuff that can be automated using some of the latest Gen AI and other capabilities. And it goes hand in hand. Your service desk directly impacts your customer and employee satisfaction, right? And the numbers are out there. Your customer service, if that's not great, you're going to lose customers. And you lose customers, it's going to hit your bottom line or revenue, right? So there is a direct impact of all this to your organization's financial statements as well. So given those challenges, why you should care? Of course you should care, right? So common challenges here, increased agent burnout, right? Customer dissatisfaction. There's always a lot of tickets to work on, right? Increased ticket volume, reduced team efficiency. And when we talk about team efficiency, it's not just agents, but the leadership. They can't get to the data in the right manner at the right time. Breached SLAs. And again, all this leads to loss in revenue, loss in customer acquisition, or even loss in retaining existing customers, right? So these are all implications of running a service management in a traditional way or traditional model. Okay, so in the next slide, Gokul will gonna actually in the next section, Gokul, who is from ANB, he will present the functionality from Jira Service Management perspective, how we can leverage those AI features to improve either the agent productivity, and again, it correlates to all the red boxes that we see, how we can improve your resolution times, and also how you can leverage AI to do some creative work, whether it's content creation or whatnot. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Gokul, who will actually going to walk us through Jira Service Management, AI functionality, and we'll go from there. Over to you.
Thank you, Harjinder. Hi, everyone. Let me quickly share my screen. Just a moment. All right. Harjinder, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much for walking us through those slides, Harjinder. I'm going to take it forward for a few slides, and I have a demo as well, which will show the functionalities what I'm going to discuss. So first off, the Atlassian intelligence powered by Atlassian is a revolutionary tool, I would say, which is integrated with all the Atlassian applications. And when it comes to the value which is bringing into the organization or the team, I would like to talk about agent productivity. So I have a few topics which I can talk regarding that area. And Harjinder has already spoken about this. It's going to help achieve faster resolution times with the help of virtual agents and the Atlassian intelligence enabled answers from the Confluence and some workflows in place. And by this, we are going to have an enhanced service delivery because it helps us create some useful content with the help of AI, like knowledge-based articles, process documentation, etc. Okay, so let me, yeah, I'm going to show you the demo for what I'm talking about. So just a moment.
And while Gokul is bringing up the actual Jira Service Management instance, so if you saw in the previous slide, we kind of bundled the functionality into three themes, three value streams. One is agent productivity. So you're going to see a lot of features, and uh, you will see that those features help to improve the agent productivity. And similarly, there are features that are going to show around resolving issues or problems in a faster manner. And then the third theme obviously will be around the content creation. Go ahead, Google.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's imagine you're an agent tasked with handling numerous support tickets, or maybe I'm a manager responsible for overseeing those tickets. So, as you can see, this is a sample ticket for the demo, and each ticket is packed with a wealth of information, ranging from technical details to customer inquiries, so on, right? So, this abundance of data often leads to a time consuming process of sifting through each ticket to extract the essential details. So it's a very common challenge faced by many in customer support roles, which is the overwhelming task of managing and deciphering vast amounts of information. So as you can see, there are a lot of comments and there are a lot of field values on the right hand side as well. So let's say I want to I'm running a report and I want to understand what exactly happened in this ticket. So AI gives us an option called as summarize. So what happens is the moment I click on summarize, it's going to give me an overview in bullet points with the key information of this ticket. So it basically shows what was the issue and what exactly happened in the comments. So there is an automation in the backend which acknowledges the ticket, and it also shows that there is a resolution in place which needs to be resolved. And the person who took care of this ticket communicated transparently with the user and provided the updates on the resolution. And it also shows that he also implemented the measures to prevent similar issues in the future. So how good is that? So now this is how AI revolutionizes this process. In a matter of seconds, you can obtain concise summaries of each ticket, pinpointing the critical information that requires your attention. This not only streamlines your workflow, but also saves you valuable time. So back to the slide, it increases the productivity as well as it speeds up the resolution time, right? So imagine being able to focus solely on this information that truly matters, allowing you to respond promptly and efficiently to customer inquiries. So that's the power of our solution. And yeah, so this was one feature I want to talk about. And let me go to let me show you another feature. So yeah, for that I'm going to make use of our Confluence because these features are available in most of the Atlassian applications. So I'm going to switch to Confluence, and I'm going to talk about a use case, which is a common scenario in technical environments where, I mean, we use a lot of internal jargons, right? ITSM, ITMS, PIR, then yeah, so on. So I mean, for those terms to more intricate backend processes, uh, navigating through this technical jargons can be daunting, especially for a person who is new to the organization, and maybe he's going through the new hire process or the training induction, etc. So what happens is if he starts working, it might be difficult for him to resolve a ticket or acknowledge a customer's query, and it can definitely lead to some delays as they seek clarification or research. So let's talk about that now. Envision a solution which is offered by AI that effortlessly deciphers these technical jargon. So on my screen, as you can see, under the team mission, there is something called as dash loop dev team. So dash loop, I'm pretty sure that as soon as you see it, it's kind of a product name or a release which is gonna happen, but you don't have any information other than that. It's this page is very specific about this suite, right? So as an agent, what I can do is I can just highlight this text and I can click on define. So what happens is AI is generating a definition which is taking. I mean, it goes back to the repository or the projects where all the information is stored, and it's going to give me a summary of what it is. How good is that? So by swiftly delivering the information, our solution empowers agents to resolve issues promptly and efficiently. And it's all about streamlining operations and ensure that every member of your team has access to the information they need. And it's not about it's not about getting the information they need, but it's all about when they need it. That is what matters. The timing is what matters, right? Because time is money, right? So this is another feature offered by AI. And let's go back to Jira, and I'm going to show you another interesting feature enabled by Atlassian Intelligence, which is the issue search with natural language. Okay, so like for every organization, management, leadership, they rely heavily on reports to gauge team performance accurately, right? So basically what happens is these reports serve as vital tools for assessing progress, identifying the areas for improvement, and making, I mean, these are the reports which help them make informed decisions, right? So however, the process of generating these reports often entails, I mean, it requires significant time and effort, particularly when complex queries must be formulated. And what AI is giving us is it revolutionizes the way these reports are generated. So if you are an experienced Jira administrator or a person who is using Jira for a good time, then definitely this basic or JQL, advanced JQL does not or do not matter to you mostly. But maybe a person from the leadership team or the management team, they might not be aware, or they might not have the hands-on experience with these queries. So for people like them, the natural search option in enabled by AI will definitely help. So I'll quickly show you an example. So I'm going to click on AI here, and it's asking me to put a question or a query or whatever information I'm looking for. So I'm just going to put a sample query in natural language. Okay, so which looks like this. I want all the issues created this week, which are assigned to this person, and the status of those issues should be in progress. So let's see what AI will do with this. So as you can see, it has converted my natural language query to an advanced JQL. And as you can see, it has added the conditions when it was created, start of the week, assignee is Mitch Davis, and the status category is in progress. And if I run the search, it's going to show me all the tickets assigned to this person. And as you can see, the status is all in progress. So basically, what happens is instead of wasting the time with intricate query formulations, users can simply articulate their requirements in everyday language, allowing our technology to handle the rest. So this streamlined approach not only accelerates the report generation process, but also ensures accuracy and consistency across all data analysis. Okay, so that's about the issue search with natural language. And now let me go back to uh, yeah, I'll open the ticket which I was showing earlier. So now I'm going to showcase another feature from AI, which is brainstorming. So imagine you are faced with a complex problem that requires creative solutions. So it might be from the customer, or it might be from a different team, or your peers. So traditionally, brainstorming sessions involve gathering the team members, get into a conference room or Zoom or Teams, jotting down ideas on whiteboards and sifting through countless sticky notes, right? While this collaborative process is valuable, I'm not denying that at all, but that's a traditional way. But it's time for us to uh, pick something more advanced. So I mean, the problem with the traditional methods is, like Harjinder mentioned very clearly, it's time consuming and it's prone to oversight. So that's where Atlassian intelligence brainstorming feature comes to play. So this innovative tool, what it does is it leverages advanced algorithms and natural language processing to facilitate dynamic brainstorming sessions. With just a few clicks, the team members can initiate the brainstorming sessions directly within their Atlassian workplace. So when I say workplace, it could be inside a ticket or it could be from a conference document, etc., regardless of their physical location. So I'm going to brainstorm something here. So I'm just going to add a comment to the customer and I'm going to click on this Atlassian intelligence icon, and there you go. You have the brainstorm option. Okay, so I want to brainstorm on, let's say I have a major incident, and I'm not sure about the process to be followed for that. So what I'm going to ask Atlassian is, what are the major steps to be followed during a major incident in an IT organization? Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's giving me some points regarding how to handle a major incident. So it shows that we have to establish a clear communication channel for all the stakeholders, then prioritize and triage the incidents, assemble a dedicated response team, and etc. Okay, so what I can do is, if I want to convey this to a customer, or if I want to add it as an internal note and convey this to a team or one of my peers, I can do that. I just click on insert and I click on save. So it's as simple as that. And let's talk about yeah. So that's about brainstorming. So any topics which are related to the project, or whatever information which is available, which makes the context, then definitely you can go for it. And let's talk about another feature of AI. So yeah, we are talking about the incident management. So let's say uh, in an incident management team, they face daily challenges faced by customer service, or the customers, and they will have to respond to the external customers, and they have to craft their responses very professionally. Otherwise, it's not a good sign of customer experience, right? So time is often a scarce resource, because they will have a lot of tickets in their dashboard, and they'll have to look after every incident, and time is very limited. And the pressure to communicate effectively while maintaining the professionalism can be challenging. So that's where we have some options from the AI. So I'm going to copy this, or maybe, yeah, let's take another example. Um, okay, I'm going to type in, um, hi user, sorry uh, to know that the application is down. Uh, our team is looking into it, and we will fix the issue ASAP. Okay, so this is just a general response I can do to I can send to the customer. So let's say I want to sound more professional, or maybe I want to improve my writing. So what do I do? So I'll just highlight this text, and I ask Atlassian Intelligence to improve my writing. So see, as you can see, it has made my statement a more. I mean, it has polished my statement, and as you can see, we apologize for the inconvenience caused by the application downtime. Our team is actively investigating the issue, and we are committed to resolving it as soon as possible. So you see the difference, right? A single response from us can create a very, I mean, it creates a huge impact to the customer. So if our language is it's very blunt, or I don't say blunt, but yeah, if it's in a plain language without any emotions, people might not be able to interpret it, right? So once we have a professional response in place, definitely it helps diffuse the customer if at all they are disappointed with the application downtime, right? So that is one of the options. And I mean, Atlassian offers more. So not just improving the writing, you can fix the spelling, grammar, and if you have a huge, I mean, once you start composing the response or drafting the response, and you might feel that it's huge, you might want to make it shorter, you can use this option. And you can even change the tone. So this is what I was talking about. So if you want to improve your tone and to make it more professional, you can click on this, and it will sound more professional. And not just that, we have other tones as well. So like educational tone, casual tone, neutral tone, empathetic tone. If you're dealing with an irate customer, you can definitely make use of this empathetic tone, and it will definitely make a difference in them. Right, so that's about, yeah, that's about this topic. So now let me quickly go to the other feature, which is more interesting, and it's more interactive. So all this while I was only doing everything, and the Atlassian was just responding, right? So let's make it more interesting by switching to one of our Slack channels. And let me give you a use case here. So very often, customer service agents find themselves, stuck for, with some issues, and they have limited resources when it comes to assisting the customers. I mean, not every time, but yeah, there are like majority of the teams have this challenge. So with an increasing workload and growing number of queries from the customers, it's very difficult for an agent to provide the timely and the effective response or the support uh, to the customer, right? So, so what Atlassian has done is, I mean, they already have the integration with Slack, but what they did is they integrated the virtual agent also, which is AI powered, into the Slack integration. And what happens is it offers a streamlined and guided process for customers to resolve incidents. And this feature, what it does is it eliminates the need for a real agent to intervene. So for a support organization globally, you might have to deal with different customers from different time zones, different regions, and you might not have the availability of the agents 24 by 7, right? So that's when the Slack virtual agent comes into picture, because even if an agent is not available at that point of time when the customer is reaching out to the service desk, this virtual agent is going to help them without any intervention from the agent. So it what it does is, it actually we have some workflows in the backend, and based on the workflow and based on the keywords the customer is giving, the virtual agent will guide the customer in finding the information what they're looking for. So I'll just quickly show you an example. So let's take this. I'm the customer looking for assistance with an application. So I will type, I want access access to an application. Okay. So what happens is, the virtual agent will take this up. So if I click on the thread, as you can see, the virtual agent has responded to this query, and it is asking for more information so that it will be able to assist the customer further. So as you can see, as I've mentioned, I want access to an application. It's asking to confirm whether we are looking for for a system access. So if I choose yes, it will narrow down into additional questions, and it filters the query. So as I mentioned, yes, for the system access, it's asking me which application am I referring to. So I have two applications. I mean, you can have a number of applications, but this is just an example. So if I choose Jira, as many of you know, Jira has multiple projects, and each project has project level permissions. So it's asking me, thank you. I mean, it's giving a response. Thank you. Do you know out of the following which project you need access to? So you might have a few projects in your Jira instance, and I'm sure you have certain projects uh, which are open to the customer, or which will allow them to access. So if I choose project A, it will give me a response that, thank you, let me raise a request on your behalf. So in this, as you can see, there is no intervention from the agent. And in fact, there is an additional feature that we can even enable the private chats option. So let's say a customer is coming up with some issue, and during the course of troubleshooting or diagnosis, there might be some sensitive information to be shared, uh, inside this ticket. So as soon as the request turns into a private request, nobody else would be able to see what's going to happen after this comment, or after the ticket is created. So we have the privacy also, and we have the security also. So this is how it works, and this is just one feature from the virtual agent. I can show you one more feature, which is which it tries to get the information what the customer is looking for. I mean, it might not be a ticket creation or a access request, but it could be some information, like when we go to Google and search for something, we get the information. Similarly, uh, when it comes to accessing our knowledge-based data, this platform utilizes the advanced technology to provide the self-service solution. So I'm going to, I mean, I have a document here which is created in Confluence, which is logistics enhancement request process. This is just an example. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to type in some uh, a query which is based on that document. So I need more info on logistics enhancement. Okay, so let's see what it does. Okay, so as you can see, it again greeted, and it actually identified this logistics enhancement from the customer's response or query, and it actually gave me the summary of what is mentioned over here. How good is that? So not just the summary, it's giving me the link to that Confluence document also. So with this, our system can, I mean, it basically what happened in the backend is, it quickly retrieved the information, and delivered the answers to the customer inquiries. So this It's not about just addressing the customer query, but it saves the agent's time because agent is not involved at all. And but at the same time, we ensured that the customer received the accurate and the timely assistance, leading to a more efficient um support experience. So with that, I am done with my demo. So if at all, if you have any questions or anything, you can ask in the channel, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. Okay, so I'll go back to our presentation. So these are the values the AI is going to provide you. So improved agent or the team productivity, we already saw that, and it reduced the number of issues, and it improved the resolution time. So basically with the Slack, it already gave the information to the customer, and we did not have to have an issue from the customer. So that's what the second and the third box is about. And yeah, Slack channels provide 24 by 7 support. So the agents need not be available around the clock. The virtual agent can assist the customers on their behalf. And it in fact helps us meet with the SLA standards and the contracts, because we can have some. I was talking about a workflow, right? So as soon as we set up the automation and the workflows, without the agent's intervention, a ticket can be responded and the customer will receive the information, and by that the first response or the response SLA can be met. And by this, we are improving the customer satisfaction as well as the employee satisfaction, because we are reducing the work load or the overhead of the agents and the teams. Okay, so now let me, yeah, so I have one more slide to discuss. Okay, so basically, with what we have done, by enabling the Atlassian intelligence in our, with our customer organizations and the projects, we, I mean, what the lessons what we learned is, when we enable the Atlassian AI, it definitely improves the team productivity, and the issue resolution times have been reduced. We have seen that in the real world, and it's actually one of the most crucial points. And it's always better to have a knowledge base process, so that we can keep our knowledge base up to date. So if a customer is getting a legacy information, it might not help, and it actually adverses the level of satisfaction. So it's always good to have a compliance or a process wherein on a regular basis you review the knowledge base articles, and if at all any information needs to be updated, you should have a set of team members to be responsible or to be accountable for that. And it's all about leveraging the virtual agent to the best way possible, so that it can provide 24 by 7 support. So that is the other point. And the workflows or the intents to provide the accurate virtual agent responses. So you have seen in my Slack that when a customer is asking for the application, it's listing what are the applications, and it's drilling down the questions like a hierarchy or a tree, right? So you should have those intents set up for each topics. So that's what is the last point is about. So we should identify the top call drivers, the frequently why the customers are frequently contacting, and what are the use cases for that. So you can make a list of that, and you can structure your intents or workflows based on those topics, so that I would say 50 to 60% of your workflow, I'm sorry, the call flow or the ticket volume will be reduced because of this setup. Uh, so moving on. Okay, yeah, I think I'm done with my demo, so I will hand it over to Harjinder. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gokul. Great presentation. Let me share my screen. Um, just confirm that you can see the lessons learned slide.
Yes.
Okay, so thanks, Gokul, for going over. I just want to quickly touch base couple of key points just to add to what Gokul was saying. So why is knowledge management processes important? One of the key feature for AI is to use your knowledge base to reply or give a response. So the way it works, you can build the intent and the workflow and all that. That's all good. But ultimately, if you also have knowledge base articles, the AI will going to go back and look at your knowledge base and give suggestions based on those articles as a response. So that again improves your self-service and issue resolution. It actually even reduces the ticket volume, because if you have the right knowledge article and the customer can see the response right there, they will not going to create a ticket. So hence, can't stress enough, but knowledge management is one of the fundamental thing when it comes to AI and virtual agent, right? If you look in AI in any model, it's all about data, right? So make sure your knowledge base is up to date and you keep enhancing, keep adding. Look at your old tickets and see what are the common issues people are complaining about, and make sure you have those knowledge articles created. And then AI can leverage those to give a right response, right? The second thing I wanted to stress again around the virtual agent. So obviously, with every platform, everyone says it's a low code and all that. You can enable virtual agent, but at the back end, you got to build workflows or intent to make sure when the virtual agent is responding, like Gokul was showing, somebody was asking, I need access to an application, then this should be the response. If they click this, then this should be the response. Those intents need to be created, right? That's not out of box. They give you the functionality to build intents, but you have to create by yourself, especially for all the common request types or all the common incidents. And that's where our recommendation is start something with your top 10 or top 15, whatever your appetite is. Start something small but meaningful with those prioritized or highly requested issues or requests. Start with those, build the intents around that, and then gradually you can grow from virtual agent. Again, you can't go with a big bang approach, especially when it comes to virtual agent. Otherwise, your implementation will going to take a lot of time, right? Especially for a common organization, typically they have 40 to 50 service requests, right? So you got to build intents typically for each one of them. So start with the prioritized list first, and then gradually go forward. So again, these are some of the key lessons learned. There are a lot more, but I just wanted to share some of the key items. Okay, so moving on. So in the next couple of slides, what we are showing is how ANB can help our customers with whether it's AI or other service management functions. What we call it is high velocity packs. So we have built high velocity accelerators for different enterprise processes. And as you can see, we have also launched a new pack for AI. So basically, if a customer is looking to implement either IT service management or HR service management or customer service management or even AI, they don't need to start from scratch. We have done already the groundwork. What does that mean? So in each of these accelerators or high velocity packs, we have bundled based on our experience and common industry frameworks, whether it's ITIL or agile, depending on the processes that you want to implement. We have pre-bundled those as part of our offering. So you get the process packs, you get the configuration in certain cases, you get the training, and as well as data configuration and architecture. So you can jumpstart your journey to implement those different service management functions in a quick fashion with us. Okay. But last but not the least, in our AI high velocity pack, what our customer gets is, number one, our expert guidance on the whole AI implementation. Number two, actually the Atlassian intelligence setup. Virtual agent setup that includes the intent. Like I said, it's not out of box. You can't just enable it and it starts working. You have to prioritize your items, like I said, and look at your common tickets or most highly requested items and build intents around that, right? And then obviously, like Gokul showed a lot of features. You can't just throw the AI and say, hey, agents, let's use it. You got to train them. to make sure it's well-adopted solution and consistently used across the organization. So those are some of the key value that you get from our high velocity pack for AI. Okay, we also additionally we also offer other Atlassian services, whether it's for Jira, Confluence, etc. We help with the cloud migration and any type of licensing requirements around Atlassian. And we do offer managed support and training services. Okay. With that, this is our last slide. So if you're interested in implementing whether Atlassian Intelligence or any of those service management functions that we mentioned, please feel free to reach out to us. Our email address is mentioned there, and we'll be happy to kind of share our input. Okay. So with that, I think we can go to Q&A section. And let me see, I saw there were a couple of questions. Okay, so looks like Gokul has already answered. So I'll still repeat the question for other folks to know. So the question was, is Atlassian Intelligence included with Premier or Enterprise Premium or Enterprise subscription, or is it a separate cost? So like Gokul mentioned, Atlassian Intelligence is available to Premium and Enterprise customers. They don't need to pay anything separate. It's part of their Premium or Enterprise offering. Does this work in Confluence? Absolutely. So all these features, again, it depends, right? So if you're doing a summarization of a big knowledge article, actually, that's a great feature. You could certainly use that in AI or Confluence, I should say. The other use case is the brainstorming feature. That's actually a good one. Let's say you're creating a new process document for, I don't know, a major incident or problem management, or people want to know what's the difference between agile and waterfall methodologies, and I want to build a project documentation. In a matter of seconds, it can give you a good overview into from brainstorming standpoint into what those items that you're requesting. So yes, short answer, all these features are also available in Confluence. Yeah. Especially when it comes to content creation, I would say it'll be more heavily used in Confluence than on JSM side. On JSM side, it'll be more about, you know, summarizing an issue. You won't typically brainstorm on an issue, right? You may, but very rare case. But more importantly, it'll be on the Confluence side that you will do the brainstorming. Okay. The next question is, do you know when it will integrate with MS Teams like it does Slack? So that's again a great question. We have heard responses from Atlassian team that it's coming up soon. I won't be surprised, again, don't quote me for that. But the Team 24 event is coming up in a month. So I won't be surprised if they announce it there, but it's definitely in their roadmap. They're actively working on it. So you should see that functionality pretty soon. All right. Any other questions? Okay, I think that was the last question. All right. Well, at this stage, I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining this webinar. Hopefully you found it informative, useful, and you may make use of Atlassian Intelligence. And feel free to send us any questions if you have. And thank you, Gokul, for presenting great presentation. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Everyone. Bye-bye.